Hi, I'm Chloe, and at 31, I'm living what most would call the dream life. My real estate business is thriving. I have an amazing husband who's crushing it as a corporate lawyer, and my best friend Miranda works at his firm. Life's pretty sweet, right? Girl, you won't believe what just closed. That beachfront property finally sold. I'm practically bouncing as I walk into our favorite coffee spot where Miranda is waiting. That's amazing, Chloe. We need to celebrate. Have you told James yet? Tried calling him at the office, but straight to voicemail, probably in another late meeting. Oh, yeah, they've been swamped lately. Lots of cases. Miranda stirs her coffee a bit too intently. The door chimes, and my new colleague Sarah walks in. She's been with our firm for just 2 weeks, but she's already proven herself amazing at reading people. Chloe, I was hoping to catch you here. Those listing photos you wanted? Done. Perfect timing. Join us? Sarah glances at Miranda, then back to me. Actually, I should head back. Nonsense. Miranda doesn't bite. Plus, she's got all the best law firm gossip. Miranda shifts in her seat. Speaking of which, I should get back. James mentioned a big meeting. At 4 p.m. on a Friday? Since when does your firm do late meetings? Oh, you know how it is with these big cases. Miranda grabs her bag, avoiding eye contact. Later that evening, I'm reviewing contracts when Sarah stops by my office. She's fidgeting with her phone, looking uncomfortable. Everything okay? Chloe, how long have you known Miranda? 8 years? She's my ride or die. Why? It's just, never mind. Probably nothing. Sarah, what is it? I need to verify something first. But Chloe, just keep your eyes open, okay? About what? Sometimes people closest to us, they're not always what they seem. She leaves before I can press further, but her words stick with me. That night, I notice James is home later than usual. His excuse about a client dinner rolls off his tongue too smoothly, and there's a faint scent of perfume I don't recognize. I text Miranda, "Hey, how was that big meeting?" Her response comes suspiciously quick. "Brutal! Your man was amazing, though." Funny, James never mentioned a meeting, just dinner with clients. I stare at my phone, Sarah's words echoing in my mind. Something isn't adding up, and I have a feeling my perfect life might not be so perfect after all. I couldn't sleep that night, so I headed to the office early. Sarah was already there, pacing nervously near my desk. I can't keep this to myself anymore. I saw James last night at LeBlanc, with Diana from his firm. What do you mean with? They weren't discussing cases, Chloe. The way he touched her hand, how close they sat. I'm so sorry. My stomach twisted, but I needed proof. Tell me everything. They've been meeting there every Tuesday and Thursday, and that's not all. Kevin from the firm mentioned something about a beach house rental. I spent the next 3 days digging. Credit card statements showed repeated charges at hotels. Phone records revealed countless calls to numbers I didn't recognize. Then I found the secret email account. Need to reschedule Thursday. Miranda arranged cover story for weekend getaway with Diana. You're at conference. M. My hands shook as I called Kevin. Chloe? Everything okay? How long have you known about James and Diana? Silence. Then, listen, I thought Miranda would have told you by now. Told me what exactly? She's been helping them, coordinate, making sure their stories match. She said it was better you didn't know, that it would blow over. I hung up and drove straight to Miranda's apartment. She opened the door in her pajamas, looking surprised. Rough day at work? Cut the act. I know about James and Diana. I know you've been covering for them. Her face dropped. Chloe, wait. I can explain. Explain what? How you helped my husband cheat? I was trying to protect you. James said it was just a phase, that he'd end it. For months, Miranda, months. It wasn't just Diana. There were others. But I swear, I thought if I gave him time. Others? And you kept bringing me to office parties, watching me make small talk with his mistresses? You don't understand. James has influence at the firm. I couldn't risk... Your career? That's what our friendship was worth? Chloe, please. We can fix this. Fix what? How my supposed best friend chose my cheating husband over me? How you sat across from me day after day watching me build a life on lies? I was going to tell you. When? After they went public? After I became the office joke? My phone buzzed. A text from Kevin. There's more. Miranda didn't just cover. She arranged their alibis, booked their hotels. She's been their fixer for almost a year. I showed her the text. Her face went pale. You weren't protecting me. You were protecting them. Every coffee date, every girl's night. You were monitoring me, making sure I didn't suspect. Chloe. Save it. You know what's funny? I actually felt guilty when Sarah first hinted something was wrong. I defended you both. Guess that makes me the biggest fool of all. I walked out, leaving her calling after me. 8 years of friendship shattered. My marriage a sham. But as the shock faded, something else took its place. Pure, cold rage. They thought they were so clever, the three of them, playing me for a fool. Well, game on. The annual Partners Gala is next Friday. Sarah spread out the invite on my desk. Every major client will be there, and so will we. I pulled out my phone, dialing Kevin. Time to make things right. Chloe, I've got everything. Emails, hotel receipts, photos. Miranda kept detailed records of every meeting she arranged. Perfect. Send them to my lawyer. Now about that speech James is giving. Already handled. Mark, the senior partner, thinks you're surprising James with a loving tribute. They've added you to the program. Sarah leaned forward. Are you sure about this? Once it's done? They destroyed my life while smiling to my face. Trust me, I'm sure. The week flew by. Kevin kept feeding me intel while Miranda bombarded me with texts, each more desperate than the last. The chairman specifically requested you sit at the main table, Sarah smirked. Right between James and Diana. The night of the gala, I wore red, James's favorite color. Miranda nearly choked on her champagne when she saw me. What are you doing here? Supporting my husband, of course. That's what good wives do, right? James approached cautiously. Honey, I didn't know you were coming. Mark insisted. Said something about a special presentation? Diana hovered nearby, fidgeting with her bracelet, the one I'd seen on James's credit card statement. Before the speeches, Kevin whispered. Check your email. I opened my phone to find a recording from the firm's security cameras. Miranda's voice crystal clear. Just book it under the conference budget. James and Diana need somewhere private. I'll handle Chloe like always. Mark clinked his glass. And now, a special tribute from Chloe to our rising star James. The room fell silent as I took the podium. James smiled nervously. My husband is an excellent lawyer. He's great at handling evidence, building cases, but tonight I'm the one with the receipts. The projector screen behind me lit up with texts, emails, photos. For months, my dear friend Miranda helped my husband conduct multiple affairs. She booked their rooms, coordinated their lies, all while pretending to be my best friend. Diana knocked over her wine glass. Miranda stood up, panic in her eyes. Chloe, please. Please what? Keep quiet? Like you kept quiet while they made a fool of me? Here's a fun fact. Every hotel booking, every business dinner was charged to client accounts. I wonder what the ethics board would say about that. James rushed toward the podium. This is ridiculous. Is it? Kevin, why don't you share what you found in the expense reports? Mark was already on his phone, face grim. Other partners whispered furiously. Turns out my husband isn't just a cheater. He's been billing his affairs to client accounts. And Miranda here helped hide the paper trail. I'd love to hear how you'll explain that to the Bar Association. Miranda crumpled into her chair while Diana rushed for the exit. The room erupted in chaos. Security footage, bank statements, hotel receipts. I learned from the best about building a case. The ethics committee has already received copies. So has every major client in this room. I turned to James, who stood frozen. Consider this my divorce notification. Hope it was worth it. The aftermath hit like a tsunami. Mark called me into his office the following Monday. The ethics committee has suspended James pending investigation. Miranda and Diana resigned this morning. Any word from the clients? 3 major accounts pulled out already. The evidence you provided, it's devastating. A knock interrupted us. Kevin entered, clutching files. You need to see this. Miranda didn't just doctor expense reports. She created fake business meetings to justify the hotel charges. We're talking serious fraud. And James? Bar Association's launching a full investigation. He's looking at possible disbarment. I leaned back, letting it sink in. Funny how karma works. Sarah burst in. Turn on the news, now! The local business channel was running the story. Prominent law firm rocked by scandal, partner suspended amid fraud allegations. My phone buzzed. Miranda. Your entire career is ruined because of me. No, your career is ruined because of you. I trusted you. I'll lose everything. Like I lost my marriage, my best friend, my dignity. Bye, Miranda. 2 months later, I sat across from my divorce lawyer while James squirmed uncomfortably. Given the circumstances, Mark spoke up, and the potential damage to the firm's reputation, we're prepared to offer a very generous settlement. Including the beach house, Kevin added pointedly. You know, the one where... James flinched. Can we just get this over with? What's wrong, honey? Not enjoying the spotlight? The Bar Association's ruling came in this morning. Mark slid over a document. James is disbarred for 5 years minimum. 6 months later, I sold the biggest property of my career. Sarah, now my partner, popped champagne in our new office. Guess who's working as a paralegal in Jersey? Miranda? Yep. And James? He's doing document review at some tiny firm. Diana moved back home with her parents. Their choices, their consequences. Speaking of choices, Sarah handed me an envelope. The senior partners want to move their real estate business exclusively to our firm. Mark specifically requested you handle their portfolio. I opened the letter. The contract value made me gasp. Looks like betrayal doesn't pay, but karma sure does. Kevin stopped by later, grinning. You won't believe this. Miranda tried applying for a job here in town. Every firm turned her down. Seems no one wants a known liar handling their cases. How's James taking the disbarment? Living in a studio apartment, doing contract work. Turns out Diana dumped him once the money dried up. I looked around my expanding office, at the awards we'd won, the new clients we'd signed. You know what the best revenge is? Success. Real, earned success. And the worst karma? Watching them destroy themselves while I thrive. Sarah raised her glass. To new beginnings. And clean consciences, I added. Later that night, I deleted the last photo of James and Miranda from my phone. Their betrayal had taught me something valuable. Sometimes losing toxic people is the biggest win of all. My life wasn't just rebuilt, it was better than ever. And the best part? I'd done it all legally, ethically, and completely on my own terms. What would you do if your best friend betrayed you by helping your spouse cheat? Would you expose them publicly like Chloe did? Or handle it privately? Share your thoughts in the comments. There's no right or wrong answer here. Have you ever experienced a similar betrayal from someone you trusted completely? Let us know how you dealt with it. I share stories of karma, revenge, and justice served every week. If you want to hear more real stories that'll make your jaw drop, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next.